Square D offers an interactive map that serves as a gateway to understanding and accessing electrical codes for each state in the United States. This resource is invaluable for electricians, contractors, engineers, inspectors, and anyone involved in electrical work who needs to navigate the complexities of varying state regulations. This map can be found on the Square D website and is typically accessible from the Support or Industry Solutions section. The primary function of the interactive map is to provide a user-friendly interface for locating the specific electrical codes and enforcement policies relevant to a particular state. Users can click on a state directly on the map, which then redirects them to the official state website or resource page containing the pertinent information. This eliminates the need to search through numerous websites or databases to find the correct code information. The information accessible through the interactive map typically includes the adopted edition of the National Electrical Code, often referred to as the NEC, which serves as the foundation for electrical safety standards across the country. The NEC is a comprehensive set of guidelines developed by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, to ensure the safe installation and maintenance of electrical systems. However, each state has the authority to adopt the NEC with or without modifications, making it essential to consult the specific state code. In addition to the NEC adoption status, the map may provide links to state-specific amendments, supplements, or interpretations of the code. These modifications often address local conditions, unique electrical practices, or specific safety concerns within the state. It is crucial to be aware of these state-specific variations to ensure compliance with all applicable regulations. Furthermore, the interactive map often links to the state's electrical board or licensing agency, which is responsible for overseeing the electrical industry within the state. This agency typically handles licensing of electricians, enforcement of electrical codes, and investigation of electrical safety violations. Accessing this information can be helpful for verifying licenses, reporting code violations, or seeking clarification on code requirements. The map might also provide links to relevant state statutes or regulations that govern electrical work. These legal documents outline the authority of the state to regulate electrical installations and define the scope of the electrical code. Understanding the legal framework behind the electrical code can provide valuable context and clarity. The interactive map is a dynamic resource, and Square D typically updates it regularly to reflect changes in state electrical codes and enforcement policies. This ensures that users have access to the most current and accurate information available. It is important to note that while the map is a valuable tool, it should not be considered a substitute for professional advice or thorough research. Users should always consult with qualified electrical professionals and refer to the official state code documents to ensure full compliance with all applicable regulations. The interactive map is designed to streamline the process of accessing electrical code information, but it is ultimately the responsibility of the user to understand and adhere to the code requirements. A Square D interactive map can assist in several ways. Firstly, it reduces the time and effort required to locate state electrical codes. By providing a centralized access point, the map eliminates the need to search through multiple websites or databases. Secondly, it helps to ensure compliance with the correct code edition. The map indicates which edition of the NEC has been adopted by each state, preventing users from relying on outdated or incorrect information. Thirdly, it facilitates access to state-specific amendments and interpretations. The map links to state resources that provide details on any modifications or clarifications to the NEC, ensuring that users are aware of all applicable regulations. Fourthly, it connects users with state electrical boards and licensing agencies. The map provides links to the agencies responsible for overseeing the electrical industry, making it easier to verify licenses, report violations, or seek guidance on code requirements. Fifthly, it supports informed decision-making in electrical projects. By providing easy access to state electrical codes, the map empowers users to make informed decisions about electrical installations and ensure compliance with all applicable regulations. To effectively use the Square D interactive map, firstly access the Square D website and locate the interactive map. This is typically found in the Support Industry Solutions, or Resources section of the website. Secondly, click on the state for which you need electrical code information. The map interface allows you to directly select a state to access its specific resources. Thirdly, review the information provided on the state's resource page. This typically includes the adopted edition of the NEC, state-specific amendments, links to the state electrical board, and other relevant information. Fourthly, consult the official state code documents. While the map provides a convenient starting point, it is essential to refer to the official state code documents to ensure full compliance with all applicable regulations. Fifthly, seek professional guidance when needed. If you have questions or concerns about the electrical code requirements, consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer. Understanding the NEC itself is a critical element to applying the state codes effectively. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of standards for the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment in the United States. It is developed by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, and updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and best practices. The NEC is not a law itself, but it is widely adopted by state and local jurisdictions as the basis for their electrical codes. The purpose of the NEC is to protect people and property from electrical hazards. It covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, equipment installation, and special occupancies. The NEC is organized into chapters, articles, and sections, each addressing a specific aspect of electrical safety. Some key articles in the NEC include Article 90, which covers the purpose and scope of the code, Article 100, which provides definitions of terms used in the code, Article 110, which outlines requirements for electrical installations, Article 210, which covers branch circuits, Article 215, which covers feeders, Article 220, which covers branch circuit, feeder, and service calculations, Article 230, which covers services, Article 250, which covers grounding and bonding, Article 300, which covers wiring methods, Article 310, which covers conductors for general wiring, Article 400, which covers flexible cords and cables, Article 408, which covers switchboards and panel boards, Article 430, which covers motors, motor circuits, and controllers, Article 440, which covers air conditioning and refrigerating equipment, Article 450, which covers transformers, Article 500, which covers hazardous locations, Article 517, which covers healthcare facilities, Article 547, which covers agricultural buildings, Article 600, which covers electric signs and outline lighting, Article 625, which covers electric vehicle charging systems, Article 680, which covers swimming pools, fountains, and similar installations, Article 690, which covers solar photovoltaic systems, Article 700, which covers emergency systems, Article 701, which covers legally required standby systems, Article 702, which covers optional standby systems, Article 705, which covers interconnected electric power production sources, Article 725, which covers Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3 remote control, signaling, and power limited circuits, Article 760, which covers fire alarm systems, Article 800, which covers communication circuits, Article 810, which covers radio and television equipment, Article 820, which covers community antenna television and radio distribution systems, Article 830, which covers network-powered broadband communication systems. Understanding the NEC requires familiarity with its structure, definitions, and requirements. It is essential to read the code carefully and consult with qualified electrical professionals when needed. The NEC also includes numerous tables and examples to illustrate specific requirements. These tables provide information on conductor ampacity, conduit fill, overcurrent protection, and other important parameters. Some key tables in the NEC include Table 310.15b16, which provides allowable ampacities of insulated conductors rated up to and including 2000 volts, Table 310.15b17, which provides adjustment factors for more than 3 current carrying conductors in a raceway or cable, Table 310.16, which provides allowable ampacities of insulated conductors rated 0 through 2000 volts, 60 degrees Celsius through 90 degrees Celsius. Table 310.19, which provides allowable ampacities of insulated conductors rated 0 through 2000 volts. Table 310.21, which provides ampacities of busbars. Table 430.52, which provides maximum rating or setting of motor branch circuit, short circuits and ground fault protective devices. Table 430.72b, which provides control circuit conductor protection. Table 430.148, which provides full load currents in amps, alternating current, single-phase motors. Table 430.150, which provides full load currents in amps, alternating current, three-phase motors. Table 430.248, which provides full load currents in amps, direct current motors. To effectively navigate the NEC, firstly, familiarize yourself with the code structure. The NEC is organized into chapters, articles, and sections, each addressing a specific topic. Secondly, understand the definitions provided in Article 100. The NEC uses specific terminology, and it is essential to understand the meaning of these terms. Thirdly, read the code carefully and pay attention to details. The NEC contains numerous requirements, and it is important to understand them thoroughly. Fourthly, consult the tables and examples provided in the NEC. These resources can help you understand specific requirements and apply them to your electrical installations. Fifthly, seek professional guidance when needed. If you have questions or concerns about the NEC, consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer. The interactive map's value lies in its ability to simplify access to this complex body of regulations, but ultimately a solid understanding of both the NEC and state-specific amendments is necessary for safe and compliant electrical work. State electrical codes often adopt and modify the National Electrical Code, or NEC, to suit local conditions and priorities. These modifications can vary significantly from state to state, impacting electrical installations and practices. Understanding these state-specific variations is crucial for electrical professionals working in different jurisdictions. Common areas where state electrical codes differ from the NEC include, firstly, adoption of NEC editions. States may adopt different editions of the NEC, with some states lagging behind the most current edition. This means that electrical installations in those states must comply with the requirements of the adopted edition, even if it is outdated. Secondly, amendments and supplements. States often amend or supplement the NEC to address local conditions, such as climate, geography, or specific industries. These amendments can add, delete, or modify requirements in the NEC. Thirdly, licensing and certification requirements. States have their own licensing and certification requirements for electricians and other electrical professionals. These requirements may vary in terms of education, experience, and examination. Fourthly, inspection and enforcement procedures. States have their own inspection and enforcement procedures for ensuring compliance with electrical codes. These procedures may vary in terms of frequency, scope, and penalties for violations. Fifthly, adoption of other codes and standards. States may adopt other codes and standards that relate to electrical installations, such as energy efficiency codes or building codes. To effectively navigate state electrical codes, firstly, determine the adopted edition of the NEC. Identify which edition of the NEC has been adopted by the state you are working in. Secondly, research state-specific amendments and supplements. Look for any amendments or supplements to the NEC that have been adopted by the state. Thirdly, understand licensing and certification requirements. Ensure that you meet the licensing and certification requirements for the state you are working in. Fourthly, familiarize yourself with inspection and enforcement procedures. Understand the inspection and enforcement procedures used by the state to ensure compliance with electrical codes. Fifthly, consult with local electrical professionals. Seek guidance from local electricians or electrical engineers who are familiar with the state's electrical codes and practices. The Square D interactive map aims to provide a starting point for this research, but thorough due diligence is always required to ensure compliance. The information provided through the Square D interactive map should be considered a starting point for electrical professionals seeking to understand and comply with the specific requirements in any given state.